Do you know in the 2022-2023 UEFA Champions League round of 16 draw, there could be a fixture like FC Bayern Munich against Liverpool? I'm sure we'll all be interested to see Sadio Mane returning to his former club. There could also be a fixture like Chelsea against Inter Milan, Lukaku facing Chelsea once again, and possibly a fixture like Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund. This and many more coming. Stay tuned. Now, if you're new here, please do well subscribe and click on the notification bell icon, because in my next video, I have spent over 1,000 US dollars on the so-called fixed game givers. There are a lot of tipsters online claiming to give you a fixed game, fixed odd for you to win money. I spent over $1,000 of my personal money given to these people just to find out, is this just a scam or is it actually real? The result will shock you. The result, it is shocking. So if you want to watch that video, please subscribe and click on the notification bell icon, because that video will be dropping exactly a week from today. We've gotten to the point where we have to discuss the potential run of 16 draw. I know a lot of good teams have dropped to the Europa League. Sevilla is back to the Europa League. FC Barcelona, unfortunately, are back to the Europa League. Juventus and a whole lot of good teams that have dropped to the Europa League. But better still, we have quality and we have good teams that are progressing to the run of 16. Now let's go straight to the teams we have here. Interesting enough, we have teams from a lot of countries. When you check, unfortunately, Real Madrid were the only team that were able to qualify from Spain. It's very, very sad. When you check England, we have Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, and Manchester City. That are all the 4 teams that competed in this competition for England. They all qualified. In Italy, we have Napoli and Inter, possibly AC Milan if they win their last game. In Germany, we have Bayern Munich, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Borussia Dortmund. These are 3 teams coming from Germany. And in France, of course, is Paris. And in Belgium, we have Club Brugge. Portugal is Porto and Benfica. It's been a very, very interesting thing, and we all know the rules when it comes to the UEFA run of 16 draws. The rules are simple. There are 2 major rules. Rule number 1, you cannot face a team from the same country. For example, there's no way Chelsea or Manchester City can play Liverpool. It's impossible because they are all teams from the same country. Rule number 2, you can play a team you've already played with in the group stages. So if you have a team in your group stage, you cannot play against them. Then on to part 1. I don't want to waste much of your time. In part 1, we have interesting teams, of course. Here in part 1, we have Napoli, who surprisingly have been really, really good this season. They lost only 1 match in the Champions League. That was against Liverpool in their last fixture. We have Porto, Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, Manchester City. These are all teams in part 1. Then possibly PSG or Benfica. Now, when you go to part 2, we have Liverpool, Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Eintracht Frankfurt, Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, and then Benfica or PSG. The winner of that group will also join them. This is going to be an interesting Champions League fixture. I know we all can't wait to have our hands on, because all these teams here have done their best. They've played well to qualify to the round of 16. So now at this point, I'll be giving you the possible outcome. Now, moving on. Now, this is the potential UCA round of 16 draw for Chelsea. Chelsea can face teams like Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Eintracht Frankfurt, Dortmund, RB Leipzig, PSG, or Benfica. Now, for Porto can meet teams like Inter Milan, Eintracht Frankfurt, Liverpool, Dortmund, RB Leipzig, PSG, or Benfica. Now, when you go straight to Napoli, surprise team of this season, they can face Club Brugge, Frankfurt, Dortmund, Leipzig, PSG, and the other teams they have there. Club Brugge have done well this season. I'm very, very surprised to see them. When you go to Manchester City, they can face the likes of Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Eintracht Frankfurt, PSG, and Benfica. These are all interesting fixtures that we all be looking up to. Bayern Munich can face Club Brugge, Liverpool, AC Milan, or Salzburg, depending on the outcome of their last group game, PSG, or Benfica. Now, the possible run of 16 draw for Tottenham Hotspur includes Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Dortmund, RB Leipzig, PSG, and of course, or Benfica. Now, it's going to be very, very interesting here because these are all teams that have done well. Surprising outcome that we all saw how Inter Milan were able to qualify ahead of Barcelona. They made sure they won the first leg, and in the second leg, they almost won. But thanks to the brilliance of Lewandowski was able to save the day, but yet still, they managed a draw, which saw them qualify ahead of Barcelona. It's going to be an interesting fixture. If you're a fan of the Champions League, please subscribe so that I give you all the latest news, the betting prediction, each and every single thing you need to know about the Champions League. This is the Football Hangout, signing out.